everyone! Happy Friday! Okay, the 5-year plan question. I honestly don't think I will ever know the answer to it. 5 years from now, all I can truly hope for is that I'm not sick and dying and that I'm not homeless. Base level survival. I want to be alive in 5 years. Otherwise, I honestly have no idea where life's gonna take me. I just trust God with all that. I do know, however, that I will be going to Disneyland sometime this week, next week. I'm going on Wednesday is the thing, and I am excited, and I'm going to take my camera, and it's going to be fun. Chris is in California, so we're gonna meet up sometime. I'm really excited. To meet him in person, it's like breaking down the barriers. The internet in real life. I just finished my first watercolor painting. It's so cool, but I can't show it to you because it's a Christmas present for somebody. That's all I'm gonna say. I feel so fortunate to know the people that I know. I have some really just lovely people in my life. So I don't know, I guess in 5 years, I hope to have a job as an editor. It would be nice to be living in my own place. Marriage. And I hope to have, you know, finished college. I go part-time. I feel like I'm never gonna finish. Have you guys tried any of the Starbucks holiday drinks? I'm really curious about this eggnog latte action because I love eggnog and it's like an event. Every year it's like, oh, it's time for eggnog again, yes. Sounds like a good idea. I'm gonna get on that. And Jamba Juice has an eggnog smoothie. And I just see eggnog things all over the place. I gotta get in on this stuff. Okay, my favorite book. This is so difficult. There are a couple. The first one, when I think about like my favorite book, that's not like in a series or anything, it's called The Thief of Always by Clive Barker. I guess it's technically a children's book. I really like children's novels and teen novels and stuff like that. And Clive Barker doesn't usually write children's books, but this one is just, it's so special. It's so good. I've read it a lot of times and I always get something out of it every time I read it. The other book that probably had the biggest impact on me is called Flipped. I remember I had never identified with a character as much as I did Juliana Baker. I read it in middle school and I was very shy. I remember thinking, if they ever made a movie out of this book, I want to play Juliana because I just felt such a connection with her. And then I started actually thinking, I was like, oh, maybe I could be an actress. Maybe I could do that. You know, so then reading that book is actually the reason that I decided to do drama and theater in high school. And if I had not read that book, then that thought would have never crossed my mind. If I didn't have that theater experience, I would not be the same person. And I probably wouldn't, I mean, I would still be super into film, I imagine, but I wouldn't have been already so close to that, like, being in the arts thing. So I don't know, I feel like I would be a completely different person if I had not read that book. And I've read it a lot of times, and I cry every time, and they made it into, Rob Reiner made it into just a brilliant movie. It's so perfect. Like, when I saw it, I was just like, thank you. Because if anybody other than myself was going to make this movie, I'm glad it was you. Because you made it just perfect. Both of those are technically children's books, but I feel like they'll just be my favorite forever. Gosh, I love books so much. There's so many good stories. Oh! My favorite book, I think, of all time, though, is The Catcher in the Rye. There's something about it, man. It's good. It's real good. Love that book. I can't believe I forgot about that. Probably because I didn't read it in high school. I didn't read it until like a year ago. I think I read it. And I was just like, what? This is amazing. So that's a great book. But every time somebody asks me what's your favorite book, immediately The Thief of Always and Flipped pop into my head. So read those. Okay, I'm done talking about books because I'll just go on for like a million hours. See you next Friday!